Good morning and welcome to Lovington Lady Cats State Championship Softball here on Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. Today's game is brought to you by Bob's Thriftway, D&C Electric, Eunice Pump and Supply, Lasco Construction, IPS Incorporated, Norley Hospital District, the Lovington Schools, Stone Oilfield Services, the Lee County Electric Cooperative, New Mexico Junior College, and Lovington Auto Supply Napa. I'm TJ Miracle here at Lady Lobo Field in the UNM complex on a beautiful Saturday morning for state championship softball. Lovington coming up the hard way yesterday, having to play through the elimination bracket, having to win 3 games, and Zabri Rodriguez, the hero in the game against Aztec with the walk-off, which got the 1-0 win, and then was the hero in the extra inning affair against Artesia, hitting the walk-off home run to secure the 11-10 victory. So now you've got to play twice today. You've got to win the first one to force a game number 2 against the number 1 team in the state. That is the Silver Fighting Colts. Let's go ahead and run down the lineups for this one for Coach Sanchez and his Silver Lady Colts. Number 5 leading off is the shortstop Maria Rulas. Number 9 is Braylon Lopez, batting second, playing second. Batting third and catching is Vanessa Lucero. Batting in the 4th slot and pitching, Ariel Alvarado. Batting fifth and playing third is Isabel Villa. Batting sixth is the DP, Ozzy Madrid. She'll be hitting in place of Kenta Nieto, the first baseman. Batting seventh and playing in right field is Ali Martinez. Batting eighth is the center fielder, Sophia Nemeth. And batting ninth and playing left field is Mia Sanchez. The rest of Coach Sanchez's lineup is number 2, Aaliyah Vasquez. Number 10, Estrella Orozco. Number 11, Estrella Jimenez. Number 13, Jalen Cardenas. Number 14, Elena Morales. And number 16, Alexa Chavez. For your Lovington Lady Cats, leading it off and catching will be Honey Morales. Batting second is the DP here in game number 1, Sabri Sanchez. She'll be hitting in place of Leslie Corral, who gets the start at shortstop. Batting third, playing first will be Jocelyn Olguin. Batting in the cleanup spot and playing center, Zimmery Ellis. Batting fifth, playing second, Zabri Rodriguez. Batting sixth, playing third, Yaya Garcia. Batting in the 7th slot and pitching will be Daphne Utahara. Batting eighth and playing in right field, Malaya Castro, and rounding out the lineup, batting ninth and playing in left field is Bailey Garcia. Rest of the lineup for Coach McCraw's squad: number 1, Paisha Gonzalez. Number 3, Bethany Taveta. Number 8, Delilah Ruiz. Number 12, Braylon Hernandez. Number 19, Andrea Hernandez. Number 20, Ivory Lopez. Number 23, Johanna Ochoa. And number 24, Jabri Rios. Zoe Blackwell is also with the team, although injured, and she will not be playing here this afternoon, or this morning, I should say. So we are ready to go for this one as the team's getting ready to be introduced out onto the field. As they continue to get everything ready, the Lovington Lady Cats will be wearing the white unis with the blue letters and numbers. For the Silver Colts, they are in the navy blue unis with pinstriping and navy blue letters and numbers. Thank God it's baseball and softball and they have to go in order, or it would be a little bit confusing. So glad to have you with us. Pardon me, as Ron Gunter will be joining us here in just a little while. Yeah, they're having graduation here at UNM today, and so he actually got caught up in traffic. So we will have Ron joining us. Thanks to him for helping cover everything yesterday. Got those exciting games, and hopefully we will have some more exciting ones here today. So the teams again being introduced out onto the field. The Lady Cats looking to pull the upset against the Silver Fighting Colts, as Silver comes into this one at 26-4 on the year. Lovington at 23-9. Lovington hopes before it's all said and done, they are 25-9 and hoisting the big blue trophy. Let's go ahead and take a timeout and hear from our great sponsors who make it possible for us to bring you these contests and never have to charge you a single solitary penny. Of course, here at the state tournament, the Albuquerque portion, we are not allowed to video stream, but we will have the audio for you. Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. So we will take the time out. We will come back with the first pitch. It's Lovington Lady Cats State Tournament Softball from Albuquerque at UNM, playing for a state championship on Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com.
Attention shoppers, Bob's Thriftway welcomes you to Lovington, New Mexico. This week you'll save big on grocery items throughout their store. Save big on produce, household items, bread products, and meats. Every week, Bob's Thriftway has big savings for their customers. Bob's Thriftway is your local hometown grocery store. So for the freshest produce, the best meats, shop Bob's Thriftway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
When you want the job done right, trust the professionals at DNC Electric for all your electrician's needs. DNC Electric does oil well installations, battery installations, power lines, automation electric motor repairs, transformer repair, and so much more. When you want a reliable, dependable electrician for all your commercial and industrial services, call DNC Electric 492-0044, 575-492-0044. DNC Electric, 1444 West Broadway.
Eunice Pump and Supply has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and dedication, and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, another proud supporter of Lee County athletics.
Lasco Construction is a proud partner in education in Lee County. Lasco Construction is your hometown construction company. Lasco Construction encourages you and business owners to support Tatum, Jow, Lovington, Eunice, and Hobbs businesses. Buy as much as you can locally, which is why Lasco Construction always supports the youth of Lee County. Lasco Construction supports you. Call 393-9161 for all your construction needs. Support your community.
Introducing a smarter, easier way to manage your Lee County Electric account. It is called Smart Hub. Now you can pay your bill anywhere, anytime, with 24-hour access to your account. It is free and simple to use. Just search for the Smart Hub app on your cell phone or device and download the free app, or go to our website at lcecnet.com and look for the Smart Hub logo to view your account or pay your bill online. Managing your Lee County Electric account conveniently and securely with Smart Hub. Lee County Electric, owned by those we serve.
It's no secret, at some point you'll have a question or need to replace or fix something on your vehicle. Whether your vehicle is new or ancient, Lovington Auto Supply is your trusted advisor when you need dependable auto parts. Not only do they have the parts you need, they have real answers to your real automotive questions, and that help keeps your vehicle running longer and stronger. Quality parts, helpful people. Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. Napa, get up and go.
Lovington Municipal Schools welcomes everyone back. Students, faculty, staff, and parents. This year, show your Wildcat spirit by supporting Lovington students and their activities. While the students are working hard on their games and grades, Lovington schools are working hard for your students and parents. They have a great website full of helpful information to keep you up to date. Check out lovingtonschools.net and stay up to date with Lovington school activities and announcements. And go Cats!
Are you ready to take the next step in your education?
Look no further than New Mexico Junior College.
Whether you're just starting out or aiming to advance your career, NMJC offers top-notch programs in so many different fields.
With small class sizes and dedicated instructors, you'll get the personal attention you deserve.
Plus, our campus is equipped with state-of-the-art facilities and resources to support your learning journey.
Visit us online at nmjc.edu or stop by our campus to discover why NMJC is a smart choice for your education.
And welcome back to Lovington Lady Cat Softball here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com. I'm TJ Miracle. Ron Gunner will be joining us here in just a little while after he gets out of the traffic jam around the pit. That, of course, always happens when you have big events, but especially things like graduation. Lovington is the visiting team, number 3 in the state under head coach Stephen McCraw. They did play this team earlier in the season, and Silver getting the victory 9-4. That was all the way back at the Hobbs tournament, though, in March. An awful lot has changed, I'm sure, for both teams since then. The only teams that have knocked off Silver this year, just 4 losses. They lost to Alamogordo 10-6, who made a good run in the 5A playoffs. Mayfield, also a playoff team, lost to them 6-3. Lost to Artesia 14-7. And then Cobre, who won the 3A state title yesterday, they lost to them 11-6. So they beat Lovington by 5, but this will tell the tale. It is win this game to move on to an afternoon affair. or call it a season. Lovington hoping for another 2-victory day to claim the Big Blue Trophy. So Honey Morales will lead it off for your Lovington Lady Cats. Alvarado in the ring. Lucero is the catcher, and the first pitch to Honey is going to be in there, called strike one. So we are underway. It's a no-ball, 1-strike count. Honey Morales at the plate, leading it off for the Cats. Morales, Sanchez, and Olguin. That is 1, 2, 3. Alvarado has her sign. She is ready to go, and she'll deal, and that one will be low. And things even up at 1 ball and 1 strike. Nieto, Lopez, Rules, VL around the infield. First to third, Sanchez, Nemeth, and Martinez in the outfield from left to right. 1-1 pitch on the way, swung on and hit off the fist foul over to the Silver dugout. That will be strike number 2. Silver down the third base side. Lovington on the first base side. Silver, of course, is the home team. So a 1-ball, 2-strike count just underway, top of the first from here at UNM in the Lady Lobo softball field. Beautiful morning for softball. Alvarado takes her time. Now she'll deal the 1-2, and that one is in there, called strike 3 as Morales goes down looking. First K of the ball game for Alvarado, and that'll bring Sabri Sanchez to the plate. As we get this game underway here this afternoon in Albuquerque, 71 degrees and sunny skies. So 1 down now as Sanchez to the plate. Sanchez the DP in this one. So she settles in right at the middle of the box as Alvarado will deal. First pitch swung on, and that's a line shot. Going to find its way through into shallow center field. Nemeth will get to it and get it in quickly, but Sabri sat back on that one. Took what Alvarado gave her and just shot it right back up the middle, and the Lady Cats in business with a runner at first. And now Jocelyn Olguin to the plate. Collectively as a team, the Lady Cats hitting .326 on the year, 14 home runs, and 161 RBIs. You've got 200 down the lines, 205 to either side of the line, and then 225 to the alleys and straightaway center here at the Lady Lobos yard in Albuquerque. As Olguin steps in, and she'll take the riser high for ball number 1. Runner at first, 1 out. I think it's going to be important for Lovington to see if they can cash in early. This is a Silver team that is not used to playing from behind. See if you can put the pressure on them early. Good speed with Sanchez over at first. Alvarado ready to deal as the righty puts the riser through the zone and high for ball number 2. So a 2-ball, no strike count. Sabri steps out, looks down to Coach McCraw. Now back in, not a whole lot of wind here this morning, and the pitch swung on, and that one will be fouled off the end of the bat and dribbles back to the screen for strike number 2. Or rather, strike 1. So a 1-ball, 2-strike, 2 balls, 1 strike. Not enough coffee at the hotel this morning. So a 2-1 count. There we go. I'll get it spit out. 1 down. Runner at first is Sanchez after the 1-out single to center. Outfield playing deep. Infield double play positioning. And the pitch swung on, and that one is heading to the baseball field to the right. And the count evens up to Jocelyn at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So it's a 2-ball, 2-strike count. Lady Cats and the fighting Lady Colts of Silver going for a Big Blue Trophy. Oh, a 2-ball, 2-strike count to Olguin at the plate. Alvarado, a very deliberate worker in the ring, and the pitch, high ball, and stays high, and that will run the count full to Olguin. Coach McCraw telling Jocelyn what she needs to do. The Lady Cats playing through the elimination bracket, having to go all 3 games yesterday and winning all 3 of them. And the pitch swung on, and that's a high one to shallow center field. On the run is Nemeth, and she will come up and make it just to the left of the Lobo logo. Not deep enough for Sanchez to tag up and move, so it will be a fly out to center. And there is 2 down now as Zimmery Ellis to the plate. Zim hitting in the cleanup spot, has been on fire as of late, over 400, her average. And she does have a little punch in the bat, so now she'll face Alvarado. Lucero down, flashing the signs. Runner at first, 2 down. Zim will show bunt, pulls it back, and that one was in the zone anyway for strike 1. So a no-ball, 1-strike count. Ellis with good speed. Not the worst idea in the world to see if you can bunt and get the moving pieces going. Maybe beat one out. Now she's down in the count. No balls, 1 strike. Outfield still playing deep, pretty much straight away. Infield shifts to straight up positioning. Alvarado, again, a very deliberate worker in the pitch. Fastball. That one's going to miss away for ball number 1. The navy and silver not liking it. The blue and white thinking that's just fine. So it evens the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Sanchez ready to go with the slightest bobble at first. 1-1 pitch swung on, and that one hit with authority, but foul down the left field line. So now 1 ball, 2 strikes the count. Zimri going to have to go into plate protection mode. Lady Cats and the Lady Colts here at UNM today. Final day of the 2025 sports season. Track going on for 4A, 5A over at University Stadium. 1-2 pitch swung on, and that's a ground shot. Going to find its way through between third and short as Zimri just reached out and tagged that one between Rulas and Villa. And so it is a single to left, and the Lovington Lady Cats trying to get something going here with 2 down. They have done probably 60%, I would say, 50 to 60% of their damage with 2 outs this season. So a team that does not bother them having 2 lights lit up in the out columns. And now Zabri Rodriguez, the hero twice from yesterday, will step in here at UNM. Of course, 5 of these Lady Cats will be moving on into the college ranks next year. First pitch to Rodriguez, and that one will be swung on and missed. That'll be strike number 1. Don't need to park it here. Just keep the line moving. Yaya Garcia waits on deck. Runner at first is Ellis. Runner at second is Sanchez. Alvarado getting her signs from Lucero. She's ready to deal. And she'll kick and pitch, and that one rolls in. And the count evens up at a ball and a strike. So it's a 1 ball, 1 strike count. Lady Cats and the Lady Colts playing for a state title here this morning at UNM. 1 ball, 1 strike count to Z-Rod, and she will take a hack at a good fastball and come up empty. And now it's a 1 ball, 2 strike count. You do not want to leave the bases populated if you can avoid it. No score, but Lovington with a runner in scoring position, 2 on, 2 out, top 1. Alvarado ready to go, and she'll deal the riser out of the zone. And things even up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Of course, Lovington would need to win game 1 to force a game 2 at 2 p.m. this afternoon. Right back here at UNM. 2 ball, 2 strike count to Zabri, and that one is outside for ball 3. So Rodriguez works the count full from Alvarado. So 3-2 the count. Ellis at first, Sanchez at second. And the payoff pitch to Rodriguez swung on and shot foul down the third baseline. That one hit hard, although Zabri comes up kind of shaking the hands. Maybe caught that one a little low on the bat. And hits it with authority, so she will live to see another pitch as the first baseman Nieto comes over and has a quick word with Alvarado. Good crowd on hand on this Saturday morning. Softball action here at UNM. So a 3 ball, 2 strike count once again. Alvarado ready. The payoff pitch swung on and popped up over on the left side. Could be playable as Villa on the run and is going to be called off by Rules, who makes the grab at the wall for the out. So Rodriguez popping out to the shortstop ends the Lovington threat in the first. Lovington gets 2 hits, 2 on, but can't move them around. After a half inning, Lovington 0, Silver to the plate. Lovington Lady Cats State Tournament Softball continues in a moment.
All Lee County High School athletic programs and is proud to bring you this live play-by-play action. Norley Hospital knows your health needs should be taken seriously, which is why their physicians are always first to react. Why choose another hospital when you can have one right at home with Norley General Hospital? Call Norley at 396-6611 or come by for a visit and talk to their staff and bring back that state title.
Congratulations, students and student athletes of Lee County. R360 congratulates all Jal, Eunice, Hobbs, Lovington, Tatum, and the surrounding high schools, and wishes the best of luck to her student athletes competing this week in state playoffs. Right now is more important than ever to recognize positive achievements in our communities. Join R360 in saluting our amazing Lee County students. This community message is brought to you by R360.
Stone Oilfield Service.
The Lady Cats put 2 on but can't move them around. No runs on 2 hits, no errors, and they leave 2 runners out on the base paths. So 0-0 our score. The Lovington 0, Silver coming to bat. Welcome back. I'm TJ Miracle. Maria Riela will lead it off, followed by Braylon Lopez and then Vanessa Lucero. That is 1-2-3 for Silver. Utahada in the circle. She gets the start in what is hopefully game 1 of a 2-game set today. Morales is her battery mate. Olguin, Rodriguez, Corral, Garcia. Around the infield, first to third, Garcia, Ellis, and Castro in the outfield from left to right. For Silver as a team on the year, they have absolutely been crushing things. 427, their team batting average. They have parked it 25 times and have 296 RBIs. They have been spinning the scoreboard like a slot machine, but really haven't been pushed all that much this season in a fairly weak district, but you just play the district schedule that you are presented with, and they managed to win all of those games, and they've won over a lot of good teams, including these Lovington Lady Cats early in the season. So Rulas will lead it off. Hits from the left side. She fields righty, but bats lefty. So she's right at the front of the box. Daphne Utahada, over 500 strikeouts in her career. She'll deal the first one, fastball inside, and that will be ball number 1. We are underway, bottom of the first inning. Daphne with the entire inventory of pitches at her disposal, really lives on the corners, and the 1-0 pitch swung on, and that one's fouled off the foot of Rulas. And the count evens up at 1-1. Yeah, she's going to have to try and walk that one off a little bit. So not feeling too good right there. Coach Sanchez going to come over, make sure she's feeling all right. She says, "I'm fine, Coach. Just let me back in." Daff back in the circle. Daphne is a quick worker, and the pitch, and that fastball will be just low for ball number 2. Fastball, changeup, riser, curveball. Utahada with all of them at her disposal. And the 2-1 pitch swung on, and that one is fouled over to the Lovington dugout. And the count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Bottom of the first, no score as of yet. Silver wins. They are the state champs. Lovington wins this one. They force a game number 2 at around 2 o'clock this afternoon. Lovington, the only Lee County team left carrying the banner for Southeast New Mexico. Swung on and popped up over on the right side. Zabry goes back behind the bag at first, about 10 feet out into the outfield, and makes the grab on the pop out. And there is one down for Silver. Is now Braylon Lopez to the plate. So Lopez steps to the plate. 1 out, nobody on here in the bottom of the first inning. Great to have you with us on a beautiful morning for softball from here in Albuquerque at UNM. First pitch to Lopez. That one will be just off the outside corner. Some late break on that one, and it'll be ball number 1. Daphne also has a pitch that works like a slider. I think that was what that was. And the pitch, that'll be the riser, and it is at the top of the zone. Good action on that one from south to north, and strike number 1. 1 down, Lopez at the plate. Daff ready to go, has her signed. She'll kick and fire, gets her with the off-speed pitch, and that'll be strike number 2. So a 1 ball, 2 strike count. Silver's batting numbers would tell you they are very aggressive at the plate. You can use that against them. Morales sets up well on the outside in the pitch. Fastball, and that one is in there. Called strike 3. Ring her up and sit her down. First K of the ball game for Utahada. And that will bring Vanessa Lucero, the catcher, to the plate. So 2 out, nobody on. Daphne is dealing in the ring. If she is on, she can make it a miserable day for whatever team she is facing. So she's ready to go, and she'll deal to Lucero, and that one will be the cutter on the slider, I should say, on the inside corner, called strike one. So a no ball, one strike count. Daphne with good movement on just about everything she throws. Infield normal positioning. Field straight up, and the 0-1 off-speed pitch. One comes inside, and whoa, that one nips her. Wow. All right, so just hits Lucero. Just grazes her, and so that'll be a hit batter. And so that'll turn it over to the cleanup hitter, Ariel Alvarado, the pitcher. So pitcher-on-pitcher duel, an opportunity for her to help herself out. Got the courtesy runner coming in. So it'll be Orozco to run for the catcher, Lucero. Make myself a note on that. So Orozco at first, running for Lucero. And now the cleanup hitter, Alvarado, at the plate. Morales telling the defense what she needs them to do from behind the plate. And the first pitch swung on, popped up into shallow left field. And on the run, Corral over the shoulder, reaches up and makes the grab for out number 3. Silver puts a girl on via the hit by pitch, but can't move her around. An inning in the books. No score in this one. Lovington Lady Cat softball continues in just a moment.
Says many traffic fatalities may be caused by an intoxicated driver. So do yourself and your community a favor and remember the 3 C's of safety: caution, courtesy, and above all, common sense. Safe and sober driving is everyone's responsibility. That message was from Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington, a name you can trust and depend on. For quality and integrity, call 575-396-1840. From the Stone family and staff at Stone Oilfield Services.
Western States Insurance.
Why choose Western States Insurance as your independent insurance agent? Because Western States Insurance is more than an insurance agency. They're a people agency dedicated to the insurance needs of their customers. Western States Insurance is large enough to provide the products you demand and small enough to offer you personal service.
We've got you covered. Western States Insurance.
Call 396-1318 or go by 212 North Love in Lovington.
For Silver in their half of the first inning, no runs on no hits, no errors, and 1 runner left on. As we head to the second inning, no score in this one. Yaya Garcia will lead it off for the Lady Cats. It'll be Garcia, Utahara, and Castro. 6, 7, and 8 due up for your Lady Cats. Lovington getting 2 hits off of Alvarado in the first inning, but not able to move him around. So now Garcia will lead it off. No score in this one. Lovington must win to force a deciding game 2, and the first pitch to Yaya is on the inside corner. Good fastball for strike number 1. So it is a no ball, 1 strike count, top 2. Nobody on. Yaya Garcia leads it off. Alvarado working right from the middle of the rubber. Lucero sets up on the middle too, and that one will be a riser out of the zone. Evens things up at a ball on a strike. So should Lovington win this game, they would force a game 2 at 2 p.m. this afternoon for all the marbles. Silver can find a way to win this game. They would be the state champs on the double elimination format. Yaya takes that one off the fist and pops it up to Rules at short. So the pop out, and there is 1 down now with Daphne Utahara to the plate. So Utahara, chance to help her own cause out here. 1 out, nobody on, top 2. As Utahara will step in. As Alvarado takes the long look into Lucero, and that one catches up in the hand and sails up and out for ball number 1. So it's a 1 ball, no strike count. Utahara at the plate, no score. Outfield playing fairly deep. Middle infielders playing a little deep too. Pitch to Daphne, swung on, and that one is fouled up and into the screening right behind the plate. Evens the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. So it'll be a 1 ball, 1 strike count. Utahara swinging away for the Lovington Lady Cats. 1 down here in the second inning as Alvarado will take her time and deals, and that one will be out of the zone for ball number 3. So a 2 and 1. was trying to get ahead of myself there. So a 2-1 count to Daff. And the pitch swung on, and that one is out of play. And we'll even things up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So it'll be a 2-ball, 2-strike count. Utahada trying to help her own cause out here. Lovington's starting pitcher. So a pitcher-on-pitcher duel, righty on righty. Alvarado, again, takes a long time, is very deliberate in the circle. And the 2-2 pitch swung on, and that one is lifted high in the air to shallow center field, but going to hang up just a little bit and allow Nemeth to get to it. So it'll be the fly out to center, and there is 2 away for the Lovington Lady Cats. If I can get the score bug to cooperate, there we go, and welcome in Ron Gunter. Good afternoon. Well,
Good
morning,
afternoon.
Ron.
Yeah, still morning, but a long journey, so thank you very much.
Yeah, gotta love the traffic around this place when they have graduation and playoffs. So Malaya Castro will step in now with 2 down, and the riser will flip through the zone and high for ball number 1 to the junior right fielder. So 1 ball, no strike count to Castro. Malaya steps up there. Alvarado, and she'll deal that one just low. Curveball for ball number 2. Not sure the Lady Cats are used to the pitcher being quite so deliberate. And it's a 2-0 pitch. That one rising out of the zone to Malaya for ball 3. Castro, a very good hitter, is sometimes this season had a little trouble with her patience, but she's gotten a lot better here late in the year.
Yeah, you got to be able to make adjustments on the fly sometimes.
I would think that the take sign will be on with 3-0, and it is, and that one's right down the slot for strike number 1. So a 3-ball, 1-strike count. Castro at the plate, nobody on, 2 out for the Lady Cats. If Malaya can find her way on, Bailey Garcia waits on deck. So a 3-ball, 1-strike count. Malaya chokes up just a little bit, and the pitch swung on, hit high in the air to shallow left field. That one is going to drop in front of a diving rule, as Sanchez can't get to it either, as Malaya rounds first and trips up, catches her toe on the bag, but she gets the 2-out dump single to left. And so the Lady Cats have their 3rd hit of the morning off of Alvarado. And now the umpire is going to come over and talk about something.
It looks like it is still a safe sign. Yeah, she could have possibly had a 2 or a double, but yeah, you're right. She got tripped up on that one as well. Just found the gap on that one and got it between the 2 players. Could not find it get underneath it, and that helped a lot for the Lovington cause.
So now Bailey Garcia to the plate, and one of the umps did say something to Alvarado. I think something in her delivery may be right on the edge of a balk, so I think just giving her a warning on that. She kind of does a side-to-side washing machine before she sets, before she goes into the windmill. And the first pitch to Bailey is right down the slot for strike number 1. Bailey just watching it in there. I think trying to get a feel for it. So it's a no ball, 1-strike count to Garcia at the plate. Bailey, the big open stance and check swing as the riser flies up and out of the zone. And evens the count of the ball on a strike.
She thought I saw it dropping, but noticed at the last minute it was still rising, so stopped her swing.
So the 1-ball, 1-strike count. Runner at first is Castro, and the pitch, Bailey takes that one. Hard shot on the ground, but right at Lopez at second. She'll flip it to Nieto at first, 4-3. 4 out number 3. So the Lady Cats put a runner on, but can't move her around after an inning and a half. No score. Lovington Lady Cat softball continues on Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com.
Attention shoppers, Bob's Thriftway welcomes you to Lovington, New Mexico. This week you'll save big on grocery items throughout their store. Save big on produce, household items, bread products, and meats. Every week, Bob's Thriftway has big savings for their customers. Bob's Thriftway is your local hometown grocery store. So for the freshest produce, the best meats, shop Bob's Thriftway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
When you want the job done right, trust the professionals at DNC Electric for all your electrician's needs. DNC Electric does oil well installations, battery installations, power lines, automation, electric motor repairs, transformer repair, and so much more. When you want a reliable, dependable electrician for all your commercial and industrial services, call DNC Electric 492-0044, 575-492-0044. DNC Electric, 1444 West Broadway. For the Lady Cats in the top of the second, no runs on one hit, no errors, and they leave one runner stranded out on the base paths. We head to the bottom of the second. It'll be 5, 6, and 7. That is Villa, Madrid, and Martinez due up for the Silver Colts. I'm TJ Miracle, Ron Gunter alongside, as the Lady Cats and the Lady Colts battling for a state title here today. Lovington coming up the hard way through the elimination bracket. Utahada deals the first pitch outside. Ball number 1 to Villa. Villa, the third baseman for these Lady Colts. They may just be the Fighting Colts. I'll have to double check that.
They are the Fighting Colts.
Oh, and the pitch swung on, and that's a hard shot right into the hands of Yaya Garcia. Gets it and then throws it across the diamond and bounces it in. Johnson Olguin, good play on both ends, as Yaya had to backhand that one, then turn around, set and fire, and made a good throw. Olguin having to take it on the bounce, and does so 5-3 on a good defensive play that might have had double written all over it if it gets past Yaya, but it does not. So Garcia makes the good play and the strong throw. One down is now Ozzy Madrid to the plate, and she'll take the first pitch on the outside corner. Fastball, strike one. Outfield playing fairly deep and straight away here at UNM Lobo Baseball Softball Complex. And the 0-1 pitch swung on, popped up on the infield left side as Yaya goes over between the ring and third and used two hands, Yaya, as it tries to snow cone on her. She does get the hand up there and knocks it back into the palm of the glove for out number 2. So the pop up and quickly 2 down now as Ali Martinez to the plate. Martinez, a left-handed right fielder, will step to the plate quickly, 2 down. Daff gets the sign. She's ready to go. She'll deal, swung on right back to Utahada. Daff tosses it over softly to Olguin. Plenty of time. 1-3 for out number 3. It's a clean inning. Down go the Fighting Colts. 1-2-3. Lady Cats coming to bat. We go to the third inning right here on Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com.
Eunice Pump and Supply has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees.
Wait a minute. That should have been 3 outs. Why do we have a fourth batter coming to the plate?
First one is a foul ball.
Oh, okay. So Ali Martinez still up there, and then she'll swing and miss. So I got confused there.
I noticed he was beyond, but I thought she got it in time before it went beyond the third.
Before it went foul,
yeah.
Okay. I got to pay closer attention to things. I'm going to blame these stupid numbers that don't that blend in, as that one's out of play on the right side. So sorry about that. So Villa was the one who popped out. So she's got the pop to Yaya, and then it was 1-3 for Madrid. And now swung on, and that one is popped up to shallow center field. Zimri Ellis on the big Lobo logo. And so the fly out by Martinez to center. There we go. So, okay, I think we got that all figured out and worked out
We
now.
were a little early on that one, but still, we got the end result, and that's what we needed. 3 up, 3 down. Lovington wants to get back into this game with their bats. Their defense has been playing real well so far in this playoff, and that's what they want to continue to do.
We'll be back with more right after this. Lovington Lady Cat softball from the state tournament continues in a moment.
Has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and dedication, and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, another proud supporter of Lee County athletics.
Lasco Construction is a proud partner in education in Lee County. Lasco Construction is your hometown construction company. Lasco Construction encourages you and business owners to support Tatum, Jow, Lovington, Eunice, and Hobbs businesses. Buy as much as you can locally, which is why Lasco Construction always supports the youth of Lee County. Lasco Construction supports you. Call 393-9161 for all your construction needs. Support your community.
Back here at UNM, the state championship day for 4A softball. In the bottom of the second, Silver, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. It'll be back to the top of the lineup with Honey Morales, Sabri Sanchez, and Jocelyn Olguin. 1, 2, 3 due up for the Lady Cats. The Lady Cats have managed to tag Alvarado for 3 hits, and they've hit the ball hard a couple of times. So going to be very important for them to hit them where they ain't and then move them around. This is a Lovington team that can put up runs in bunches. Again, Alvarado, a very deliberate worker. She's had the ball for seemingly 5 minutes. Now she's ready to go. And she will set, going to the windmill line, swung on, hit high in the air to shallow right field. Coming in on it is Martinez. Has to take about 5, 6 steps towards the line and in. And so Honey with the fly out to right, and 1 pitch, 1 away. Now it'll be Sabri Sanchez, your DH for today. Of course, Sabri having a good day yesterday in the circle. Now she is throwing the bat around as the DH for Corral. As timeout asked for. Oh, we're waiting on the umpire, the left side umpire, to get back in position. So now we're ready to go. Sabri 1 for 1, single to center her last time up. And the first pitch to Sabri, and kind of a defensive check swing, and catches it almost down at the hands. Strike number 1. Sabri puts her hands on her hips like, dadgummit, how did I not get out of the way of that one?
You know, it was like the ball was hit right to her, pitched right to her bat, and she was just trying to get out of the way, but couldn't get it there quick enough.
So the 0-1 count. Alvarado goes in kind of that little side-to-side motion before she sets and then goes into the wind, and they warned her about that a couple of times, as that one literally rolls in for ball 1.
Yeah, it was a bouncer all right. Had to get the golf swing out on that one, decided not to, and took the ball.
So the 1 ball, 1 strike count. Sanchez pretty good at the plate. Good eye as a pitcher, and whoa, that one right at the top of the zone with the riser. Called strike 2, so a no ball, 2 strike count. Left fielder Sanchez shading over towards the line and left. You've got a huge hole out in the left center field gap. And the 1-2 pitch swung on, popped up, and that one will be into the netting. So the count stays at 1-2. Sanchez fighting off a pretty good pitch there. Infield playing straight up. Outfield about 2/3 of the way back. And again, Sanchez shading slightly towards the line in left. Now she moves back to a more normal position here at the Lady Lobo softball field. 1-2 delivery on the way. That one out of the zone, evens things up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. This field here, a little bit different as far as artificial fields go. The outfield is artificial, but the infield is natural. So a little bit different than what you see a lot of places. 2-2 pitch on the way, swung on and fouled off as Sabri gets a piece of a pretty good pitch there from Alvarado to stay alive. So the last Lee County team standing are the Lovington Lady Cats.
Yes, indeed.
Needing to win game 1 here to force a game number 2 this afternoon.
And against Silver, they've been 1-5.
And the pitch, check swing. Did she go? And even though she didn't, it was still at the knees as a backdoor breaking ball gets her looking. That'll be the second strikeout of the game for Alvarado, and there is 2 down for the Lady Cats. Now Jocelyn Olguin to the plate. Jocelyn gave it a pretty good ride back in the first, but died just shy of the track, and I believe it is 225 to straightaway center here at UNM. It is to the alleys, and I think it's the same to dead center. And the first pitch, Jocelyn gets out in front of a changeup, strike 1. So a no ball, 1 strike count. I believe the dimensions are 200 right down the line, 205 just to either side of the line, 225 to the alleys and center. So a big yard, but it is a D1 field, so I think you would expect that. And the pitch rolls in and evens the count at 1 ball and 1 strike.
Holguin was the reason why they won against St. Pius yesterday against a controversial call when she got to third, but she was able to get home for that 1-0 win.
I believe, was that Aztec?
Yes, no, it was St. Pius. No, wait.
Was
Aztec. It was Aztec.
That one will sail out of the zone for ball number 2 on the riser. Of course, congratulations too to the Loving Falcons. The Lady Falcons getting the 1A softball crown yesterday. 1A, 2A, and the pitch to Jocelyn, and that one is going to cross the knees for strike number 2. And that one, I don't think it's moving necessarily, and I think that's what kind of makes it look like it's cutting back door for Alvarado. So now a 2-ball, 2-strike count to Olguin. Got to play plate protection here for Joss. 2-2 pitch on the way. That one going to roll in, and that will run the count full to Olguin. So Olguin scoring the winning run yesterday to advance him past the number 4 team, Aztec Lady Tigers. Of course, game right here, Lovington Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com. As Alvarado ready to go, and the payoff pitch swung on and popped up over on the left side. Back out into shallow left field is Rules, and she will make the grab on the pop out for out number 3. So Lovington goes 1-2-3 in the top of the third. 2.5 in the books, no score in this potential state title game. It's Lovington and Silver on Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com.
Manage your Lee County Electric account. It is called Smart Hub. Now you can pay your bill anywhere, anytime, with 24-hour access to your account. It is free and simple to use. Just search for the Smart Hub app on your cell phone or device and download the free app, or go to our website at lcecnet.com and look for the Smart Hub logo to view your account or pay your bill online. Managing your Lee County Electric account conveniently and securely with Smart Hub. Lee County Electric, owned by those we serve.
It's no secret, at some point you'll have a question or need to replace or fix something on your vehicle. Whether your vehicle is new or ancient, Lovington Auto Supply is your trusted advisor when you need dependable auto parts. Not only do they have the parts you need, they have real answers to your real automotive questions, and that help keeps your vehicle running longer and stronger. Quality parts, helpful people. Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. Napa, get up and go. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base for the Lady Cats in the top of the third. We go to the bottom of the third. It'll be 8-9-1. Sophia Nemeth, then followed by Mia Sanchez, then back to the top with Maria Rules. So Nemeth will lead it off. The center fielder, Daphne Utahada, in the circle, deals the first pitch, fastball, and that one is just going to miss off the outside corner for ball number 1. So the 1-ball, no strike count. Utahada in the circle. It's pitched very efficiently thus far, and the pitch, fastball, same spot, same result though, ball number 2.
Thought it snuck in a little bit to the inside, but apparently not enough for the strike call.
Utahada goes back and rubs some dirt on the fingertips. She often does that right at the back of the ring. Almost every pitch, that's kind of her thing. And the 2-0 fastball, inside corner. Yes, ma'am, strike 1. Everybody playing deep. Well, Bailey's playing way deep, almost at the track out there. Ella's playing fairly deep, about 2/3 of the way back. And Castro back on the track in right. And the pitch got her with the changeup. Evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. That's one of them Utahada doesn't pull out of the bag very often, but when she does, it is brutally effective.
That was definitely
2-ball, 2-strike count. Daffel wheel, fire, fastball, just misses high for ball number 3. A little bit of rise on that one. Not her normal rise, which can move probably 3 feet from down around the ground level up through the zone when thrown perfectly.
Yeah, could have been a pop fly if it would have been hit.
And the payoff pitch, and that one will be up and away, ball 4. So first walk of the ball game issued by Utahada. She's walked 1, she's hit 1. And now it'll be Mia Sanchez, the left fielder, to the plate. I think she may be the coach's kid. So Sanchez to the plate, runner at first. Nemeth, who worked the walk. So the lefty left fielder. Interesting, both the corner outfielders for the Silver team are lefties, and the little slap hit into shallow center. Coming up on it is Ellis, and she will make the grab. Quickly fires it over to Olguin. Not in time as Nemeth was scrambling back to the bag. So Sanchez will fly out to shallow center. There's one down and turn it back over to the top of the lineup. Rulaz at the plate, 0 for 1, popped out. to Rodriguez to start the game. No score in this one, one down.
And it's no surprise with 1 versus 3.
And the hit, and that one will go over to Zabri, and she bobbles it. And not going to be in time to get the speedy Rulez over at first, and so Rulez will reach on the E4. So an error puts runners at first and second, and I think Zabri there really just thinking about, do I have time to turn 2, and kind of pulled her head up on the ball right before it got to her and bounced out of the glove, and that let Rulez get to first, so no chance to get anybody on that one for the error. So now Braylon Lopez with 2 on and just 1 down for Silver here in this 3rd inning.
Yep, she just had to deal with that bounce and then figure out where to go.
First pitch will be outside to Lopez for ball number 1. You just got to shake off the error and not worry about it. Rodriguez playing deep in the hole at second. Corner infielders playing in just a little bit should Lopez decide to try and bunt. And the pitch, fastball right over the heart of the plate, but I don't know where it missed, but it'll be ball 2. The Lovington faithful groaning. The Silver faithful breathing a sigh of relief. So a 2-ball, no strike count. Swung on and missed, gets her with the fastball as Lopez takes a hack at it. Now 2 balls, 1 strike the count. Runner at first is Rulez, runner at second is Nemeth.
So you're taking advantage of using the positioning of the ball to confuse the batter just enough to be able to have her swing on that one.
She does move the ball around incredibly efficiently. 2-1 pitch swung on, and Q shot it off the end of the bat down into the first base coach's box. And the count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Beautiful morning here in Albuquerque. We were at 72 degrees when we started this one. Not a lot of wind. It's out of the southwest, what there is. Supposed to get windy later, and that one a little comebacker right to Daff. Smartly just takes it over as Olguin dangerously throwing it across the diamond. Not sure Josh should have let that one fly, but Yaya over there. Garcia jumps up and gets it. Lopez will be out 1-3 for out number 2. It will move Rulez to second and Nemeth to third, but you can't really worry about that. Now you've got Vanessa Lucero to the plate. Lucero hit by a pitch, her first appearance. She is 0 for 0 as she'll do a little groundkeeping work.
With runners on second and third, she was trying to protect the home plate, make sure that nobody scored.
And the first pitch will be on the outside corner. Good throw there from Utahada. It'll be strike 1 to Lucero. Of course, the catcher is Coach Sanchez down at third base telling her swing through that one. So it's a no ball, 1 strike count. As Daphne Utahada gets her sign from Morales, and the pitch, the riser rising out of the zone. Having to come up out of the crouch is Morales. Honey doing a nice job. She has not caught a lot this season, taken over late in the year behind the plate, but has done an admirable job taking over as the catcher. So a 1-1 count and the pitch, fastball, and Honey tries to frame it. The man in blue doesn't buy it, and it'll be ball number 2. Lovington can win this game. We'll have game 2 coming up at around 2 o'clock this afternoon, depending on the game after us. Things can sometimes run a little bit late, but scheduled for 2. And Lovington desperately wanting to get a game 2 this afternoon. 2-1 delivery on the way from Utahada. That one swung on and up into the netting. And things even up at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
And after yesterday's 3 games, I think 2 can be handled nicely, especially in a facility like this.
And it's something worth pointing out. Yeah, Lovington battle-tested yesterday, having to play 3 games. And with the exception of the St. Pius game, all of them extremely close and nail-biters, if you will. I'll finish the thought in a minute. 2-2 pitch, fastball away. And that will be ball number 3 to Lucero. But Lovington is a battle-tested team. They have played a lot of close games. They've played a lot of nail-biters, a lot of times having to come back. I don't think Silver has had to experience that. So I think the later we get into this game with it close, the more it will favor the Lady Cats. Swung on, and that one popped into shallow right field and foul. Castro giving chase, but not able to get to it. And I'm having to rely on the umpires to tell me for sure what happens. I'm kind of screened out by the first base dugout there. I can see the bullpens, but I can't see down the line. I can get right to the edge of it. So it's still a full count to Lucero at the plate. Runners at second and third. Silver trying to get the line moving with 2 outs. And the pitch swung on, and same spot, same result, except that one goes off the roof of the bullpen. And so Lucero fighting off a couple of pretty good pitches here to stay alive.
Just a little behind on her swing. So of course, she would like to get a little more true on that one, get it somewhere out playable, but Lovington making sure that she does not.
So 3-2, Lucero back in. Utahara ready. Payoff pitch swung on. That's a chop shot, and that one will be foul just past the bag at third. That one had 2 runs written on it, 2-run double, but goes foul. Could not hug the line the full 60 feet needed.
And you mentioned the fact that they played 3 games yesterday. There was a couple of injuries along the way for the Lovington Lady Wildcats, but I think they've overcome, they've persevered, and they have definitely come in to play to win.
And after yesterday, a couple of walk-offs, a couple of come-from-behinders, and the pitch swung on, popped up on the right side. That one's going to get out of play and behind the visiting stands down the first base line. So Lucero fighting off 4 consecutive pitches. Pretty good pitches from Utahara to stay alive. We've got a pretty good battle going on here that's going to reach, I believe this will be the 10th pitch of the at-bat. Nemeth at third, Rulaz at second. And a battle going on at the plate. Lucero back in, Utahara deals. Swung on and missed, got her with the changeup, pulls it out of the back pocket, ring her up and center down. Second K of the ballgame for Utahara, and it ends the Silver threat here in the third. We head to the fourth, no score. It's the Lovington Lady Cats on Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com.
Lovington Municipal Schools welcomes everyone back. Students, faculty, staff, and parents. This year, show your Wildcat spirit by supporting Lovington students and their activities. While the students are working hard in their games and grades, Lovington schools are working hard for your students and parents. They have a great website full of helpful information to keep you up to date. Check out lovingtonschools.net and stay up to date with Lovington school activities and announcements. And go Cats!
Are you ready to take the next step in your education?
Look no further than New Mexico Junior College.
Whether you're just starting out or aiming to advance your career, NMJC offers top-notch programs in so many different fields.
With small class sizes and dedicated instructors, you'll get the personal attention you deserve.
Plus, our campus is equipped with state-of-the-art facilities and resources to support your learning journey.
Visit us online at nmjc.edu or stop by our campus to discover why NMJC is a smart choice for your education.
The Silver Colts threaten but come up empty in the bottom of the third. No runs, no hits, 1 error, and they leave 2 runners out on the base paths. We head to the fourth. No score in this one. With Ron Gunter, I'm TJ Miracle. Great to have you with us. It'll be 4, 5, and 6, middle third of the lineup due up for the Lovington Lady Cats. That'll be Ellis, Rodriguez, and Garcia.
Ellis showing some improvement yesterday as far as being able to bat. Also, you know, defensive-wise, this Lovington Wildcat team has been on point for the most part. Artesia struggled a little bit against, but they made up for it with their bats.
So Zim will lead it off. Zimri with a single to left her last time up. Zim will step in to lead it off. You'd like to have her on. Good speed out of the cleanup spot. And that first one will be the riser that comes right through the zone, right at the letters when it was coming over the plate. Called strike 1. We are just to the right of home plate as mercifully a few clouds moving in. Even though a beautiful day here in Albuquerque, when you're sitting out in the sun, not so nice as that one's going to come inside, and that one is going to catch Ellis in the hip. So the first hit batter, and that'll be the first free base issued by Alvarado. Ursa Walker hit batter, free base. And so Ellis with good speed trots down to first, as now it'll be Zabri Rodriguez to the plate. Zabri with a pretty good at bat that ended unfortunately in a pop-up to Rulez at short her last time up. She and Alvarado had a pretty good battle. Top of the fourth inning, no score in this one. Lovington wins. They force a second and deciding game at 2 o'clock-ish this afternoon. Silver can pull out the win. They would be the state champs. First pitch to Zabri, a hot shot, but foul right down the left field line by about 2 feet.
And that's kind of a good thing in a way. You would have thought, okay, if it would have been fair, it would have been good. But on the other hand, probably would have went straight to the third baseman, caught that easily, and it would have been a quick out.
So just foul, and the third baseman, Villa, not able to get to it. So it's a no ball, 1 strike count. Not that that really bothers Zabry much. She's done a lot of damage with 2 outs all season long, or with 2 strikes. I'd like to see that. I don't keep those stats as closely as, maybe the Major League Baseball guys do. And swings at a riser. Got fooled on that one. She was thinking that fastball, but did not get it. Instead got the riser. And now down in the count, no balls, 2 strikes. Ellis stands at first after being hit by the pitch. Zabry Rodriguez at the plate. Nobody out, 1 on. Alvarado again, a very, very, very deliberate pitcher. Now she'll deal the 0-2 fastball, and that one on the outside corner. Zabry was thinking changeup, got the outside fastball, called strike 3. Third K of the ball game for Alvarado, and interestingly enough, all of them have been caught looking. So now it'll be Yaya Garcia to the plate. She also popped it out to Rules. It's short her last time up. Sanchez playing back on the track in left. Nemeth playing just behind the Lobo logo in center. Yaya shows bunt, lays down a butte down the first baseline. The first baseman, that's Nieto, charges, fires it over to Lopez to get Yaya, but it'll be the sac bunt. She'll be out 3-4 for out number 2, but it will move Ellis with good speed over to second. And so now Daphne Utahada. Utahada with a fly out to center her last time up. But a chance to help herself out here. 2 outs, but a runner in scoring position. Lucero flashes the sign. Now Alvarado first sets on the right hip. Now she'll set, come ready, as Daff will shoot that one foul. A line shot out into left field, but hits off the red part of the turf there for strike number 1. If Lovington can figure out Alvarado, they can make life miserable for her, as Nieto comes over from first, has a word with Alvarado about something. Utahada ready to go. At some point, you're going to have to just ask for time and say, hey, you know what? Speed this lady up a little bit. That one will be a fastball low and evens things up at a ball and a strike. So the 1 ball, 1 strike count. Ellis, who was hit by a pitch, stands at second. Moved over on a sac bunt by Yaya Garcia. Utahada 0 for 1 and the 1-1 pitch. That one will be through the top of the zone on the riser. Strike 2, the Lovington faithful not liking that call at all. As long as it's consistent both ways, you're not going to hear me complain.
Exactly.
As long as he'll call that one when Daff throws it. So now Utahada down in the count, 1-2, and the pitch swung on, lifted high in the air, but a pop-up right to Rules at short. So the pop-out will end the Lovington threat in the 4th. 3.5 in the books. We are at the halfway mark of this one. No score as of yet. The Lovington Lady Cats and the Silver Fighting Colts are here on Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com.
General Hospital supports all Lee County High School athletic programs and is proud to bring you this live play-by-play action. Norley Hospital knows your health needs should be taken seriously, which is why their physicians are always first to react. Why choose another hospital when you can have one right at home with Norley General Hospital? Call Norley at 396-6611 or come by for a visit and talk to their staff and bring back that state title.
Congratulations, students and student athletes of Lee County. R360 congratulates all Jow, Eunice, Hobbs, Lovington, Tatum, and the surrounding high schools, and wishes the best of luck to our student athletes competing this week in state playoffs. Right now is more important than ever to recognize positive achievements in our communities. Join R360 in saluting our amazing Lee County students. This community message is brought to you by R360.
No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 runner left on base for the Lady Cats in the top of the 4th inning. We head to the bottom of the 4th. No score in this one. Must win for the Lady Cats if they want to force an afternoon affair. Must win for the Fighting Colts if they want to raise the big blue trophy. So it'll be Alvarado, Villa, and Madrid, middle of the lineup. 4, 5, and 6 due up. Alvarado popped out to Corral. Corral made a good running catch on the pop out to get Alvarado back in the first. She's 0 for 1, and the Silver pitcher will take that one on the outside corner for ball 1. Daphne lives on the corners usually. and has been just a little bit off on that outside corner a couple of times today. 1-0 pitch and comes to the inside corner. Yes, ma'am. That one's strike one. So evens things up at a ball and a strike. So a 1-1 strike count to Alvarado. Alvarado, Villa, and Madrid. As Daff kicks and deals, fastball, and that one's on the outside corner. Yes, ma'am. Called strike two.
Nice pitch, too. Right where she needed it to be.
So a 1-2 strike count to Alvarado. Daff ready to go, and the pitch. Got her with the riser. Ringer up, sit her down. Alvarado swinging underneath it. Third K of the ball game for Utahada, and there is one down here in the bottom of the fourth inning.
So you can definitely qualify this as a pitcher's duel. Both teams are having some great success so far. It's just a matter of who's going to get the hits first and who's going to win that, of course, because of those hits.
Isabel Villa will step in. She popped out to Yaya back in the second, and she'll take the first pitch away for ball number one. I can mark the right box there. Yep, there we go. Ball one. So the 1-ball, no strike count to Villa. Villa settles back in. Utahada ready. Deals, swung on, and that's a hard shot. Knocked down by Yaya right down the line at third, but has to go down to her knees, and it kind of pops out of the glove, and not going to be any throw over, so it'll be an infield single. Would you agree with that, Ron?
Absolutely it was, simply because she did have a chance to get it, but because of her momentum, her body momentum, she fell down and lost the ball that way.
Yeah, and a screamer down the line, too. Everything she could do to stop it. So infield single is now Ozzy Madrid to the plate. Madrid, a lefty, goes right to the front of that left side box. And she'll take the first pitch on the inside corner and low for ball one.
And all things considered, it could have been a double or worse, depending on how it went beyond the third base. Could have been in the outfield.
And that was the first hit of the ball game for Silver. Change up, swung on and missed. Evens the count at 1-1. Yeah, Daff through 3+, had 3 1/3, as a matter of fact, had a no-hitter going. So the no-hitter is off the table now, but we're still scoreless in this one. Bunt shown, and that one will go foul for strike number 2 by the DH Madrid. Sorry, in softball it's a DP. Old baseball habits die hard.
Right. Yeah, it looked like that was actually going to be a last-second bunt attempt. That's probably the reason why it went foul straight away.
So runner at first, one down, and a 1-2 count to Madrid. And the pitch, curve ball, got her, ringer up, sit her down. Breaks over the outside corner, fourth K of the ball game for Utahada, and there is 2 away for Silver.
2 rung up in this inning alone, so Utahara is feeling her zone and getting more comfortable at the mound.
Now to be Ali Martinez. She flew out to center in the second. She is 0 for 1. Runner at first is Villa. Daff deals, swung on, and that's a little line shot. Going to find its way through into shallow right field. Malaya gets to it and comes up ready to fire. But that one just dumped out there. Nothing anybody could really do about it as Zabry having to come over towards the first base side of the bag. Couldn't quite. Zabry needed to be about 6 inches taller to have a shot at that one. So it'll be just a little single to right for Martinez, and now Sophia Nemeth to the plate. Nemeth with the walk her last time up and was left stranded at third, so now 2 out. Silver trying to put some pressure on. Number 8 hitter Nemeth at the plate. First pitch from Utahada, that's swung on. Defensive swing right to Z-Rod Zabry. Up over to Olguin, 4-3 for out number 3. So Silver threatens, but comes up empty in their half of the fourth. We go to the fifth. No score in this one. It's the Lady Cats in the state tournament at the state championship here on Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com.
Stone Oilfield Services says many traffic fatalities may be caused by an intoxicated driver. So do yourself and your community a favor and remember the 3 C's of safety: caution, courtesy, and above all, common sense. Safe and sober driving is everyone's responsibility. That message was from Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington, a name you can trust and depend on. For quality and integrity, call 575-396-1840. From the Stone family and staff at Stone Oilfield Services.
Western States Insurance.
Why choose Western States Insurance as your independent insurance agent? Because Western States Insurance is more than an insurance agency. They're a people agency dedicated to the insurance needs of their customers. Western States Insurance is large enough to provide the products you demand and small enough to offer you personal service.
We've got you covered. Western States Insurance.
Call 396-1318 or go by 212 North Love in Lovington.
No runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 2 runners left out on the base paths for Silver. In the bottom of the 4th, we head to the top of the 5th inning. No score in this one. State championship, hopefully, series from here at UNM. I'm TJ Miracle, Ron Gunter alongside. Due up for the Lady Cats. It'll be 8-9-1. That's Castro Garcia and then Honey Morales. Malaya dumped a little single out to left. Her first time up, she is 1 for 1. Malaya already starting choked up on the bat against Alvarado. Alvarado still in the circle for Silver, and she'll deal the first one on the outside corner. Good pitch for strike 1. Alvarado, Lucero, the battery, Nieto, Lopez, Rules, Villa. The infield first to third. Sanchez, Nemeth, Martinez in the outfield left to right. A 1 count to Malaya Castro at the plate. And the pitch, that one on the inside corner, led her high. Malaya thinking it a little too far inside. Dad thinking it a little inside too over there.
Yeah, it definitely looked like it, but again, we don't have that vantage point that the ump has.
Yep, ump right behind it. And the 0-2 curveball, that one's in there, called strike 3. As that locked Malaya up. So that'll be the 4th K of the ball game for Alvarado. And there's 1 down for the Lady Cats as Bailey Garcia steps to the plate.
So both pitchers 4 strikeouts each, and the senior for Silver proving that she's got the stuff.
Bailey grounded out to second her last time up. So is 0 for 1. 1 down, nobody on. Top of the 5th inning. And that one a slow roller towards Rules. She'll charge up on it, throw across the diamond, pulls Nieto off the bag, and she'll have to just stretch out and gets Bailey as she's coming by. But a dangerous throw there from Rules, but bailed out by Nieto, who came out on the home plate side of first, and so was able to get the tag on Garcia. So 6-3 for out number 2, and turn it over to Honey Morales, who is 0 for 2. Honey struck out in the first, then flew out to right in the 3rd. Now steps in, nobody on, 2 out. First pitch to Morales, swung on. That one is popped up into shallow right field. Charging in on that is Martinez, and she will get the out for out number 3. So the Lady Cats go quietly 1-2-3 after 4.5. No score in this one. It's the Lady Cats and the Fighting Colts of Silver for a Big Blue Trophy here on Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com.
Attention shoppers, Bob's Thriftway welcomes you to Lovington, New Mexico. This week you'll save big on grocery items throughout their store. Save big on produce, household items, bread products, and meats. Every week, Bob's Thriftway has big savings for their customers. Bob's Thriftway is your local hometown grocery store. So for the freshest produce, the best meats, shop Bob's Thriftway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
When you want the job done right, trust the professionals at DNC Electric for all your electrician's needs. DNC Electric does oil well installations, battery installations, power lines, automation electric motor repairs, transformer repair, and so much more. When you want a reliable, dependable electrician for all your commercial and industrial services, call DNC Electric 492-0044, 575-492-0044. DNC Electric, 1444 West Broadway.
No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base for the Lady Cats in the top of the 5th. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning, and it will be 9-1-2 due up for the Silver Fighting Colts. With Ron Gunter, I'm TJ Miracle. Thanks so much for being with us on this beautiful morning in Albuquerque. Sanchez will step in, and the lefty kind of takes a golf swing as she's running out, kind of trying that little slap hit that a lot of lefties do there, Ron. Strike 1.
Exactly. Just got to get their timing right. She did not on that one, and it is a big strike 1.
Sanchez flew out to Ellis in center her first time up. She is 0 for 1 and the pitch, and she'll try the little slap at that one. Fouls it off, and now that'll be strike 2. The only advantage to that little slap that they try over a traditional bunt is if they swing at it like that on 2 strikes and foul it off, they're not out, I believe, because it's not a traditional bunt. Sanchez with the neutral stance right at the back of the box, right on the plate, and the 0-2, and in there, ring her up, sit her down. Udahata catches the outside corner. That is the 5th K of the ball game for Daff, and there is one down. Turn it over to the top of the lineup with Rules.
And the senior's going to try to see what she can do for the Silver Cause.
Rules 0 for 2, but did reach on an error back in the third, and she'll take the first one. It's a hard shot. A smoker out past first, as Olguin not able to get to that one. As she was, if she'd have been about 2 steps further towards second, might have had a play on that one, but it is a screamer past first. And so that'll put a runner on with one out, and now Braylon Lopez to the plate. Lopez struck out in the first, grounded out to Utahata in the third. She is 0 for 2. And now Silver with a runner on here late in the game, and that one will be low and outside for ball 1. So 1 ball, no strike count.
Yeah, if Holguin would have had just a second longer, she would have been able to get her feet in the way, stop that ball from going to the outfield, and maybe made a cause a out with getting it up and tagging first base.
And the pitch swung on and missed. Got her with the riser. Evens things up at 1-1 to Lopez. So it's a 1 ball, 1 strike count. Lady Cats and the Fighting Colts of Silver battling it out here. No score. And let's hopefully game 1 of a 2-game set. Showing bunt and laying it down. Getting to it is Yaya. She'll fire to first, but not going to be in time. And nobody covering third, and wisely Rules goes to third. Runner safe at first. Lopez is safe, has the infield single as Garcia not able to get to it in time to pick it up and fire it over to first to get Lopez. And so now the best scoring opportunity of the ball game with runners on the corners for the Colts. And just one out, Vanessa Lucero to the plate.
And it's important to note that Honey Morales went over to third base to cover it, but it wasn't in time. The throw wasn't in time to get that out.
As Coach Stephen McCraw wants to gather his troops up and talk to them, make sure they know the situation. While we've got a moment, big thanks to Bob's Thriftway, DNC Electric, Eunice Pump and Supply, Lasco Construction, IPS Incorporated, Norley Hospital District, Lovington Schools, Stone Oilfield Services, Lee County Electric Co-op, R360 New Mexico Junior College, and Lovington Auto Supply Napa, making it possible for us to bring you these games here on Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com. Of course, here at the Albuquerque portion of the state tournament, we are not allowed to video it, but because of those great sponsors, we never have to charge. If you need a good or service for whatever you need back home, be sure that you consider those businesses because they make it possible for us to do this and never have to charge and beg you for donations. So Lucero steps in 0 for 1, and she'll take the first pitch off the hands and foul it off down past the softball field house for strike 1. So a no ball, 1 strike count, 2 on, 1 out. And I've got to think Coach McCraw was just telling them, look, we're doing all right. We're okay here. You know what to do. The infield plays in. Going to try and cut off the runner. As Daff will deal that one is going to get away as it bounces, and the throw to the plate not going to be in time. Runner goes to third, and the tag, and that one's not going to be in time. And so Rules will score on the wild pitch. And Lopez will go all the way to third, and Silver has broken the tie. It is now 1-0, and a 1-1 count to Lucero at the plate. I'd said earlier it might come down to a mistake, and that was a mistake as the wild pitch is Udahata. That one, I don't know if it hit her hip or slipped out of her hand or what, but it went sailing all the way to the backstop. And then Lopez, heads up move, took it all the way to third. So 1 run across for the Silver Colts, and that fastball is going to miss low for ball number 2. If you're Lovington here, Ron, you've just got to collect it back in, take a deep breath, and go, okay, we still got outs to work with.
Exactly.
We're going to be fine.
You've been here before. You're still in the tournament, so you definitely can overcome and get past this.
So it's a 2 ball, 1 strike count to Lucero at the plate. Utahata deals fastball inside corner. Yes, ma'am. Evens things up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Yeah, Lovington has been a team of cardiac cats in this tournament. 3 walk-offs in the 7th inning in this tournament. And the pitch swung on. That one's fouled slowly over to the first base coach's box. 4 walk-offs in the tournament, but 3 of them in the bottom of the 7th to win the ball game. The other one, a dinger that put a run rule into effect in the very first round of the playoffs. So the Cardiac Cats are going to need to come through again. 2-2 pitch on the way. The changeup, slow roller. Yaya with it, fires across the diamond and overthrows Olguin. The E5, and that will score a run. On the run is Lucero. She heads to third, and she will slide in. Lucero reaching on the E5. And Silver has cashed in two via the Lovington errors. That one a slow one. Not sure Bailey should have let that one fly with Lucero with good speed. As they will put Orozco in to run for the catcher. But now Silver starting to feel things a little bit here, Ron.
They're feeling that they've got momentum going on right now, and I do believe they do have it for the moment because you never know when it's going to strike again. So they can take advantage of it while they're hot.
And just one out, a runner at third, 2 runs across. Now Ariel Alvarado, the pitcher and cleanup hitter, to the plate. Now working with a 2-run lead, and she'll shoot that one between third and short. Diving out for it is Corral, but it'll be an RBI single for Alvarado to left as that will cash in Orozco. That one won't go on the earned run ledger of Daphne Utahada because of the error, but it will be an RBI single for Alvarado. And she will have a courtesy runner come in for her. That is Chavez, Alexa Chavez.
The junior.
So Chavez in to run as Orozco scoring on the RBI single by Alvarado. Now it'll be Isabel Villa to the plate. As 3 runs have come across for Silver. It's timeout asked for by Villa, the junior third baseman, and the pitch swung on, and that one is fouled hard down towards the Silver dugout for strike number 1. Daphne had not given up any hits until the 4th inning, just gave up 2, but the defense played behind her very solidly. One of those hits coming to Villa. She's 1 for 2 at an infield single. Gets her with the changeup and a snap throw down, and diving back in is Chavez.
Close, but no
out. Cigar. So a no ball, 2 strike count at the plate to Isabel Villa. Utahada checks the wristband. And she will deal. Got her with the changeup, ring her up and sit her down. 6th strikeout of the ball game for Utahada. And now there is 2 down for Ozzy Madrid. Madrid 0 for 2, grounded out to Daff and then struck out her last time up. Runner at first is Chavez, running for Alvarado. 3 runs across for Silver. And that one is going to be a wild pitch. Comes inside and gets past Morales. So that'll move Chavez over to second on the wild pitch. So Daphne with a couple of uncharacteristic wild pitches this inning. One of them costing her a run. And that one will cost her a ball and a base.
And the sophomore Madrid has a chance to get an RBI off of that.
And the pitch, she'll swing and shoot that one, dump it foul. Would have been a little Texas leaguer if it is 2 feet more to the left or to the right, but it'll fall harmlessly into the AstroTurf for strike 1. So a 1 ball, 1 strike count to Madrid. Outfield still playing deep. Corner infielders are in just a little bit. 2 down here. Pitch to the lefty, Madrid. Change up in there. Yes, ma'am. Strike 2.
Went right into the zone. That was a nice drop, too. Had a rise for a moment, then sunk quickly and hit the spot nicely for the 1-2.
So a 1 ball, 2 strike count. Udahara trying to get out of this one and fouled off as Madrid gets a piece of that one. Pretty good pitch there from Utahada. Just manages to get a tick on it and stay alive as she shakes the hands. Yeah, you catch one right at the end of the bat or down by the hands. It definitely hurts and rattles you up a little bit.
Exactly. That vibration alone, I can feel it every time I think about it, and it hurts every time.
Yes, it does. I was going to say I have a feeling that some of my arthritis is probably due to that in my hands. And the pitch swung on and missed. Got her with the fastball low. Ring her up, sit her down. So Daff strikes out the side, but around the strikeouts, 3 runs come across. Silver in the lead, 3-0 as we head to the 6th. Lovington Lady Cat softball continues in a moment.
Eunice Pump and Supply has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and dedication, and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, another proud supporter of Lee County athletics.
Lasco Construction is a proud partner in education in Lee County. Lasco Construction is your hometown construction company. Lasco Construction encourages you and business owners to support Tatum, Jow, Lovington, Eunice, and Hobbs businesses. Buy as much as you can locally, which is why Lasco Construction always supports the youth of Lee County. Lasco Construction supports you. Call 393-9161 for all your construction needs. Support your community.
For silver, they get 3 runs on 3 hits, 1 error committed by the Lovington Lady Cats, and 1 runner left stranded. So the Lady Cats going to have to go into cardiac cat mode again with 2, 3, and 4 coming up here in the 6th. I'm TJ Miracle with Ron Gunter. Tiff and Evie keeping an eye and an ear on things back at One Radio Square. Sabry 1 for 2 will lead it off as the Lady Cats try and get the line moving, now down by 3. It's a little pop that's going to go on the right side. Diento dives for it, can't get to it, and so before anybody else can jump on it, it'll be a little infield single for Sabry Sanchez. Sometimes all you need is just the little bloop to get you going, and that'll be the first hit for Lovington since all the way back in the 2nd inning. And so it comes on a little infield looper, blooper, whatever you want to call it, to the right side. And now it'll bring Jocelyn Olguin to the plate. Olguin 0 for 2. And you got to feel like Jocelyn is due. We are coming to the 3rd time through. That's generally when Lovington really starts pounding pitching. First pitch to Olguin is going to be high for ball number 1.
Yeah, yesterday against Artesia, it was 5 runs they put across in the 6th inning, and that got them back in the game. I was thinking maybe if they got half of that, that'd be all right. But instead, they got the full 5, and that really helped them carry on for that win in the end.
So 1 ball, no strike count to Olguin. Sabry Sanchez at first after the infield single, and I like that Jocelyn says, timeout. This lady has taken way too long.
Right.
As Alvarado may be the most deliberate pitcher I can remember in a softball game in at least the last 20 years, and maybe longer than that. She is extremely deliberate. And the 0-1 pitch swung on. That's a line shot out into shallow left field. Sanchez will get to it, but Olguin just sat back on it and took that little riser and punched it out into left field. So back-to-back singles, and the Lady Cats are in business with Zimmery Ellis to the plate. Ellis with good speed. Would you consider trying to have her lay a bunt down here, Ron?
Now, I think you go ahead and try to play it. If you can hit it, then that's fine. Otherwise, if the first 2 swings don't work and you're not in 2-strike mode, then go ahead for that bunt.
First pitch to Zim, and that one will be on the inside corner, but low for ball number 1. And Zim showing no signs of bunting, and I agree with that. She's got too much power to take the bat out of her hands. And the pitch swung on, and that's a little shot, rolls foul down the 3rd baseline. Trying the hit and run, though, because the runners were moving. Zim getting a piece of it and evening things up at a ball and a strike. So the 1 ball, 1 strike count. Olguin at first, Sanchez at second. Alvarado rolls the ball around on the hip. Now she'll put it in the glove. Goes into her washing machine, then puts it down. Now she'll come to the plate, and that one rolls in, going to bounce. And, oh, that didn't bounce. It comes into Ellis's ankle. Owie.
Yep.
That one didn't feel good. Second hit batter by Alvarado. And guess what? The bases are loaded full of Lady Cats. Sanchez to third. Olguin to second. Ellis at first.
We're meeting on the mound.
As Coach DePorto going to make sure Zimmery's okay. While we have a moment, a big thanks to Lovington Auto Supply, Napa, New Mexico Junior College, R360, Lee County Electric Cooperative, Stone Oil Field Services, Lovington Schools, Norley Hospital, IPS Incorporated, Lasco Construction, Eunice Pump and Supply, DNC Electric, and Bob's Thriftway. Making Lovington Lady Cat softball here at the state tournament possible. Of course, not allowed to video from up here, but they make it possible for us to video during the season and for us to never have to beg you for donations or charge you to watch and listen to your kids and teams play, and we appreciate them, and we hope you will support them with your business.
Ella's still in the game. She waved it off. She says she's all right. She's going to get back into it.
So now Z-Rod at the plate. Zabri Rodriguez with the bases juiced. Nobody out. Alvarado kicks and fires. And that one on the inside corner for strike one. Rodriguez steps out, takes a deep breath, takes a couple of practice hacks. Now she's back in. Bases juiced, nobody out. Lovington trailing by 3, but threatening here in the 6th. Pitch to Rodriguez, and she will shoot that one foul out into left field. That one tried to hug the line, but couldn't, and so now Rodriguez down in the count. No balls, 2 strikes. Coach McCraw comes over and tells her you know what to do with it. You got to wait half a heartbeat on it sometimes.
And Lovington in this playoffs
0-2 pitch on the way and swung on. That'll be a chopper. Comes to the shortstop. She'll go to third to get the force, but it will score the run as Sanchez will come in. Olguin will be out 6-5. 4 out number 1. Ellis to second, and it'll be an RBI fielder's choice for Zabri Rodriguez.
And there's the meeting on the mound, but I was going to say the aggressiveness of Lovington has been very good. It's been, as far as the playoffs go, they've been making him pay off on it and also being able to get those runs.
And I think they're actually discussing, because Silver's coach was barking about runner interference. Lovington held up. I don't think you've got any runner interference. It should be out at third and safe at home.
Confirmed on that, out at third.
So you've got runners at first and second. A run has come across. And so now the coach is saying that the run shouldn't count at home. Yes, it should. Coach Sanchez and Coach McGraw are kind of arguing a little bit. So you should point at home and say safe, point at third and say out. That's the proper thing. And now Coach McCraw is going to come out. Surely they are not going to send Sanchez back to third. I don't know how they could justify that.
I don't either. I mean, it wasn't like it's a pop-up fly that she had to tag in before she ran. But something's going on with Silver. Silver's happy about it.
Yeah, Lovington's not happy, and so Zabri Sanchez scored. I don't think you can send her back. She had nothing to do with any interference. She scored. It should be 3-1 Lovington with 1 down and 2 on.
Of course, we had that.
Oh, my goodness. They're going to send Zabri Sanchez back to third. I'm going to call, well, no, I'm not. But let's just say there is a 2-word term that comes to mind. And it involves bovine flatulence, among other things. So 1 out, and now still bases loaded. It's Yaya Garcia to the plate. First pitch to Yaya is inside for ball 1. As Zabri had nothing to do with any potential runner interference, so she should have scored. She would have scored. I don't know how they justify that one.
Right, but the bases are loaded nevertheless, though, even though it would have been 1 run.
Pitch to Yaya, swung on, and she will shoot that one over towards Coach Sanchez in the third base dugout. So Yaya may be voicing her displeasure a little bit with the composite.
Absolutely. And
clouds starting to build a little bit here.
Well, there was
a little gray.
There was high strong warnings, but that was in the Rio Rancho area, so this may not be affected over here.
So a 1-1 strike count. Dealing in the pitch, that'll be outside, even makes it a 2-1 strike count. As we click towards 11:30, top of the 6th inning, Lovington trailing 3-0 on a controversial call. A runner interference that sends the 1 run they had back to third base. So 1 down. And the pitch, Yaya pops it up over on the left side. Could be trouble. Diving for it is Villa, and she actually runs into Lucero as they collide. And Lucero a little slow getting up. It'll be strike 2. Yep, smiling as she gets up. So a 2-ball, 2-strike count. So Zabri Sanchez at third, Zemery Ellis at second, Zabri Rodriguez at first. And I hate to have to scratch that RBI off for Z-Rod, but I do.
Right.
It should be a run scored, but I'll get over it at some point. So that if that becomes the difference in the game, ooh, Nelly. Swung on, and that's a little comebacker, and then they'll come home and then go to first and not able to hang on to it. And Zim turns the corner. She's coming in as the first baseman, Nieto, loses it. So Bailey, or rather Yaya, will be safe on the fielder's choice. Won't be an RBI as Sanchez will be out at home 1-2. Zabry goes all the way to third. Zimmery will score, and now it is a 3-1 ball game as the umps are going to talk about this again. What could they possibly be discussing here?
I don't know, but 23 is going to be running for
Johanna Ochoa will go in and run for Garcia. You've got Lady Cats at the corners, 2 outs. I don't know what they could be discussing out there. There was no runner interference, no possibility of runner interference.
Right. The first baseman could not catch the ball. It
dropped
wasn't a
the
dead
ball
ball afterwards.
Yeah.
And so Lovington took advantage of that miscue of them and went ahead and ran the bases, got that run to come in, and took advantage of it just like they should.
And what are they calling? What are they going to do? They're going to call Coach McCraw over and Coach Sanchez.
So back-to-back meetings, and that is, so far it has not gone well for Lovington.
So
Maybe this time it will.
Yeah, Sanchez was out on the force, 1-2, and then the catcher Lucero threw it to Nieto at first. Nieto then dropped the ball, and when she dropped the ball, Ellis wisely saw that the ball was loose on the ground and nobody was really paying much attention to it, and she came home. And they're going to call the out at first. How?
And this is how
did they call the out at first?
This is how
she
they
dropped
do it. She had the ball for a second, then dropped it. She caught the ball, then dropped it. That's their ruling, and they're going to call her out. Unfortunately, that is going to be the ruling.
So that'll be a double play, 1-2 to 3, and everybody complaining the same thing. So that'll wipe the run off the board. It'll leave 2 runners stranded and 2 controversial calls. I don't agree with it.
I don't either.
I'm not wearing blue, but let's just say that's the darndest thing I've seen. Let's take a break before I get in trouble. Lady Cat softball continues in a moment.
Introducing a smarter, easier way to manage your Lee County Electric account. It is called Smart Hub. Now you can pay your bill anywhere, anytime, with 24-hour access to your account. It is free and simple to use. Just search for the Smart Hub app on your cell phone or device and download the free app, or go to our website at lcecnet.com and look for the Smart Hub logo to view your account or pay your bill online. Managing your Lee County Electric account conveniently and securely with Smart Hub. Lee County Electric, owned by those we serve.
It's no secret, at some point you'll have a question or need to replace or fix something on your vehicle. Whether your vehicle is new or ancient, Lovington Auto Supply is your trusted advisor when you need dependable auto parts. Not only do they have the parts you need, they have real answers to your real automotive questions, and that help keeps your vehicle running longer and stronger. Quality parts, helpful people. Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. Napa, get up and go.
They say everybody's an umpire, including the broadcasting crew, but here's what the official book will read after that mess. No runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 2 runners left on for the Lovington Lady Cats. This game should be 3-1. It is 3-0. Okay, I can see the DP. I don't like the double play. I agree with you, Ron. We were talking off the air. I do not think Nieto had possession of the ball. But the run from Sabri Sanchez on the fielder's choice by Zabri Rodriguez should have scored the run regardless of what happened with a runner interference coming from third. But now it'll be Ali Martinez to the plate, and the first pitch will be in there for a called strike 1. Bottom of the 6th inning, 3-0 our score. And a couple of calls not going anywhere close to Lovington's way, and the Royal and White not happy about it. The Royal and White broadcaster, at least one of us, not happy about it. I know the other one isn't either, and that'll be a little pop-up right to Z-Rod. Zabri gets it at second, so 1 down as Sophia Nemeth to the plate. So now you got to use that as motivation.
Well, if it wasn't already with the 3 yesterday, having to come back from the Constellation tournament and then getting in here and doing it, yes, that's definitely going to make sure that the defense is going to be tighter than ever. Get all those outs quickly and leave the bases empty as much as possible.
So now Nemeth will step in. She is 0 for 1, and the first pitch to her will be outside for ball number 1.
I mean, it's bad enough when you're facing a #1 team, but you've also got the umps to face against as well, and it tends to be a little more daunting.
Yeah, and swung on and missed. And I will say that, umps are human, and they do a good job for the most part. But they blew the call with the runner. They didn't blow the runner interference call. They blew the run score on that, and I think they blew the double play that ended the inning. They just cost Lovington at least 1 and probably 2 runs as the riser is in there for strike 2. This should be a 3-2 ball game going bottom 6. 3-1, at least 3-2 for sure. Because, and again, Sanchez had nothing to do with any potential runner interference. Would have scored anyway on the fielder's choice. They should have allowed at least that run to stand. The pitch, fastball away. Evens the count at 2-2.
And I know we both agree, umps have the thankless job, and they are never thanked whether they do it right or wrong. They always have to deal with that hatred and hate speech, and I just hate the fact that this one went the way that did.
2-2 pitch swung on, and that'll be popped up into shallow center field. That one is going to carry. It'll go all the way out to the wall. Zim gets it and fires it back in quickly to Corral, but it's a one-out double to left for Sophia Nemeth. One-out double to center, I should say. And so that'll turn it to Mia Sanchez, the number 9 hitter, to the plate.
Yep, Sanchez, a sophomore. Like to see what she can do with the bat as well. She's got an opportunity with the runner at second.
7, 8, and 9, bottom third of the lineup, due up for Lovington in the top of the 7th. Want to keep this at a 3-0 ball game. So Sanchez to the plate and the wind and the pitch. She'll pop that one up over on the right side, and to it is Zabry. So she's got a couple of pop-outs this inning, and there are quickly 2 down. And turning it back over to the top of the lineup with Rules. Rules 1 for 3. Singled and scored on a wild pitch back an inning ago. Also reached on an error, was left stranded, and popped out in the first. Rules the lefty. The first one will be low for ball number 1. So 1 ball, no strike count.
Yep. 2 away so far, and 1 more, and I'll get him to the top of the 7th.
Get him to the top of the 7th and have your shot at coming back in this one. And the pitch swung on, and that's a line shot out into center field. That one's going to go all the way to the 225 mark in the alley. That will cash in an insurance run as Nemeth will come in on the RBI double to right center as Rules just shoots that one out there and makes this a 4-0 ball game. Should be at least 4-1. Or more than likely 4-2, but okay, anyway. Braylon Lopez to the plate. It is not Silver's fault. Their coach fought what he thought he saw, and he should probably start a lobbying firm because he obviously lobbied the umpires into seeing it his way. So now Lopez to the plate, and the first one will be in the dirt for ball number 1. Lopez 1 for 3. Had an infield single her last time up and scored.
And the junior hopes to see if she can get another RBI as well. They already got 1 insurance run. Silver would like to get another one as well, but of course Lovington would like to shut this down with a double play.
And the pitch, and that one will be outside for ball number 2.
And once again, setting up and, of course, digging into that dirt a little bit, getting that on their hand as her
inning change, Ron. We're in the 6th.
Yeah, we are.
Oh, okay. Evie just letting me know that maybe we were a little behind, and that'll be a line shot out. Zim will get to it. She will fire it in, throws it in, but not going to be in time. And so it'll be an RBI single to center for Lopez, and now the wheels kind of coming off a little bit for the Lady Cats. Lopez will move to second on the throw to the plate, and here comes Coach Stephen McCraw, and that may do it for Daphne Utahada, who's pitched a whale of a ball game, now down 5-0. The Lady Cats.
And that is no reflection on her. She had some great games. Yesterday she had a good game. Today she's also had a great game. It just, happens to be that, well, actually looks like they're going to continue to be with her.
I think
stick with her.
Yep, going to stick with her, I think. Coach McCraw just coming out, trying to kind of break the momentum a little bit. Now Vanessa Lucero to the plate, reached on an error and scored her last time up. She is 0 for 2. Was hit by a pitch in the first, struck out, and then reached via the error. So the number 3 hitter in the lineup, 2 insurance runs have come across for the Fightin' Colts, and the first pitch will be in there.
Nope.
Wow, where did it miss? Ball 1.
I don't know. I thought he was going to raise that fist up.
I did too. We've seen him call that one from up here. Even though we're not directly behind the plate, you can kind of get a sense of the up and down. We're not all that high, and we're only a little to the right, and that one will be fouled back into the netting. evens the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. So the 1 ball, 1 strike count. Lady Cats trying to get out of this one with no more damage being done.
And Silver has just gotten hot in the last 2 innings, 3 in the 5th and 2 in this inning.
Yes, they have. And the pitch swung on and missed, got her with the riser. So now this is a lot of times where you will see Utahada come in with one of the breaking balls to the outside corner, or she could go ahead and pull the changeup out of the pocket. We'll see what the pitch call is with runners at no runners on, or runner at second. And the pitch got her with the changeup, and that one going to take a hop over the glove of Garcia, and just a little station-to-station softball as a single. And then on kind of a lackadaisical throw back in, Lucero dives into second, so she'll have a single to left and then moves over on defensive inattention to second. And we will have a courtesy runner check into the ball game for Lucero. That's Orozco. So Orozco to run. And now it'll be Ariel Alvarado. She had an RBI single to left her last time up. Now runners at first and second. A 5-0 ball game. Not out of the question for Lovington to come back from that, but you've got to put the disappointment from the last half inning behind you, and that one will be fouled off the fist, but with authority out to right field, strike 1.
Just barely off the mark on that one. Could have been fair, but just a slight hint to the right of that first base.
So if you're Lovington, you are trying to keep the wheels on it, doing everything you can. Duct tape, super glue, whatever you need. Just keep the wheels on it and keep this at a 5-0 ball game. And the pitch fastball, that one is on the outside corner, called strike 2.
Nice.
So a no ball, 2 strike count.
And a strikeout would be perfection to get out of this inning with 2 runners on.
That's what you would love to see here in the 0-2 pitch. Change up and just misses as Alvarado does not offer, and it's outside. So it's a 1 ball, 2 strike count.
That is actually where you want to put it. It's hard to hit that one and make it to where it won't be a pop-up flyout.
And the pitch swung on and gets a piece of that one. Q shots it off the end of the bat and foul into the Lovington dugout down the first baseline. So the count stays 1-2. There is 2 down. Good crowd on hand, as you would expect for a state title game. And the 1-2, the riser out of the zone, evens things up at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
She had that one to give and wanted to see what would happen with that one. She's seen a few of them swing on that one before. Didn't happen this time.
Alvarado can find her way on. Villa waits on deck. And the pitch swung on, and that one going to be shot foul out into right field. So the count will stay at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
And you're right about the fact that the clouds are becoming a little more denser as this game moves along.
So the 2 ball, 2 strike count. Yeah, and as long as we don't get any lightning. I did a Jowl championship game here with Dawn Morgan about 15 years ago now. Swung on, and that'll be a ground shot. Why is that not runner interference from Orozco? That'll score 1. That could get 2 home, and it will. And so why was that one not runner interference? Coming over from second with Orozco. She got in the way of Corral, and so she wasn't able to do that. That should be out number 3 if we are playing with the same set of rules that we were a minute ago, and apparently we are not. And so Lopez will score, Orozco will score, Alvarado with a 2 RBI single, and then moves to second as Chavez will come in and run for her. It's now 7-0. I don't know, that looked like more interference to me, Ron, on Orozco getting in front of Corral than it did coming from Sacha, or rather the other way from Olguin. I'll get over it. VF takes the first pitch low for ball 1, 7-0 the score, 2 down. Lovington just having trouble getting this 3rd out.
Yes, indeed, and it's costing them a few runs, 4 to be exact.
So a 4-run inning for Silver as they try and put paid on a state championship. It'll be low for ball 2. This is the second time in only 4 years that Lovington has had to play through the elimination bracket to get into this championship tilt. They lost the other one to Gallup. Dawn Morgan and I had that game back then. And the pitch, that one will be low for ball number 3. With 3 ball, no strike count. But yeah, if it starts lightning, the university does evacuate the stadium, and you cannot stay. You learn how to pack up and unpack very quickly in those situations.
Absolutely.
And the pitch outside corner called strike one. Yeah, we had to sit through, I think, 6 rain delays that day. Jowl playing Dexter for the 2A title back then. And the 3-1 is going to be low for ball 4. So that'll walk the run. That is just the second walk issued by Utahada. So that'll put Villa at first and Chavez at second. And now it'll bring Ozzy Madrid to the plate. Madrid 0 for 3.
Actually, it's Nemeth who took over. She is pinch running.
No, that's Villa at second, or at first.
No, I'm
and Chavez at second. Pinch running. And the pitch swung on, 16. And that one, so 16.
Okay.
Yeah, that's Chavez.
Okay, sorry.
I'm going to blame it on the non-contrasting numbers.
I was having trouble yesterday with the numbers too, and it took me a while to see the pattern on it. 13 looked like 13, but it was an 8.
I hate it when that happens.
Yeah.
And it's an 0-1 count at the plate. Madrid will shoot that one on the line, foul into the screen next to her dugout on the third baseline. Strike 2. So Lovington trying to get out of this one as Silver has batted around and put 4 runs on the board.
And they are definitely taking advantage of the opportunities as well as being aggressive.
Lovington, bottom third of the lineup, 7, 8, and 9 due up as soon as they can get out of this one. And that one curveball. Wow, got her finally. A late call. Ring her up, sit her down. 8 strike out of the ballgame for Utahada. But the damage is done as 4 runs cross for the Silver Fighting Colts. Lovington's going to need 7 runs in the 7th. Can they do it? We'll find out. This is Lovington Lady Cat Softball on Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com.
Schools welcomes everyone back. Students, faculty, staff, and parents. This year, show your Wildcat spirit by supporting Lovington students and their activities. While the students are working hard on their games and grades, Lovington schools are working hard for your students and parents. They have a great website full of helpful information to keep you up to date. Check out lovingtonschools.net and stay up to date with Lovington school activities and announcements. And go Cats!
Are you ready to take the next step in your education?
Look no further than New Mexico Junior College.
Whether you're just starting out or aiming to advance your career, NMJC offers top-notch programs in so many different fields.
With small class sizes and dedicated instructors, you'll get the personal attention you deserve.
Plus, our campus is equipped with state-of-the-art facilities and resources to support your learning journey.
Visit us online at nmjc.edu or stop by our campus to discover why NMJC is a smart choice for your education.
For the Silver Colts, they get 4 runs on 5 hits, no errors, and 2 runners left on. Do or die time for the Lady Cats is Daphne Utahada, Malaya Castro, Bailey Garcia, 7, 8, and 9 due up. The Lady Cats have just got to put the last couple innings behind them and realize that they are back against the wall time. So Utahada to the plate, 0 for 2. So Daff with a chance to start things off. And she'll take the first pitch high in the air, deep on the left side, but out of play. Strike number 1. Team playing the 5A game after this one down there warming up.
And that was powerful enough to be a home run, however, not straight enough.
So it's a no ball, 1 strike count to Utahada. The Lady Cats down in this one 7-0. And the pitch swung on. That'll be a chopper over to first. Nieto handles it, steps on first herself, so it'll be a ground out unassisted to the first baseman. And there is 1 down for the Lady Cats. 7-0 our score. Should be 7-1, probably 7-2, but okay, whatever. So now Malaya Castro to the plate. Castro 1 for 2, singled to left in the first, struck out in the 5th. Alvarado still in the ring, works center of the rubber. So now Lovington with just 2 outs left. And the first pitch to Malaya is on the inside corner. Fastball, strike 1. That was the same pitch Alvarado got her with last time she was up back in the 5th. Malaya's going to have to swing at that one. She knows what it looks like now for sure. 0-1 pitch swung on, and that one will be popped up into shallow left field. Coming up on it is Sanchez and making the grab. And so the Lady Cats are now down to their final 3 strikes of the afternoon and of the season, and we will have a pinch hitter come in. That is Braylon Hernandez. So Braylon Hernandez to pinch hit. Braylon hitting over 400 on the season in limited opportunities, and she's got good speed, so Coach McCraw playing a hunch. And Lovington trying for one of their patented 2-out rallies. That'll be ball 1 to Braylon.
And at the very least, getting the freshman a little more experience for her future career.
Waiting on deck is Honey Morales if Braylon can find a way on. Alvarado deals, and that one will be a fastball at the letters outside corner. Evens things up at a ball and a strike. Top 7, Lovington trails by 7 and down to their final 2 strikes of the season. No matter the outcome of this one, a lot for this team to be proud of.
Oh, yeah.
And the pitch inside and in the dirt. That'll be ball number 2 to Hernandez. So a 2-ball, 1-strike count. So on the 2-1 count, Lucero flashes the signs and the pitch. Braylon will shoot that one foul up into the fence right in front of us. So the count will even up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So the 2-ball, 2-strike count as the clapping starts to our left on the silver side of the equation. Lovington down to their final strike. Braylon Hernandez pinch hitting. Waits the delivery and the pitch swung on, and it's a comebacker right to Alvarado, who will toss it to first. 1-3 for out number 3, and that will do it as the Silver Lady Fightin' Colts are the state 4A champions in 2025. Notwithstanding a little bit of controversy in this one, Silver does get the victory, 7-0. We'll be back to wrap up the season right after this. Lady Cats State Tournament Softball here on Lovington Sports YouTube and HobbsAmerica.com.
All Lee County High School athletic programs and is proud to bring you this live play-by-play action. Norley Hospital knows your health needs should be taken seriously, which is why their physicians are always first to react. Why choose another hospital when you can have one right at home with Norley General Hospital? Call Norley at 396-6611 or come by for a visit and talk to their staff and bring back that state title.
Congratulations, students and student athletes of Lee County. R360 congratulates all Jow, Eunice, Hobbs, Lovington, Tatum, and the surrounding high schools, and wishes the best of luck to our student athletes competing this week in state playoffs. Right now is more important than ever to recognize positive achievements in our communities. Join R360 in saluting our amazing Lee County students. This community message is brought to you by R360.
And welcome back to the post-game show as the Lovington Lady Cats falling to Silver 7-0 in this state championship final. With Ron Gunter, I'm TJ Miracle. So final line score in this one for Silver. They get 7 runs on 10 hits, no errors, and they leave 8 runners out on the base paths. Lovington shut out, no runs on 5 hits. They commit 2 errors, and they leave 6 out on the base paths too. The winning pitcher will be Ariel Alvarado. Goes all 7 innings, and in the process strikes out 4, hits 2, walks none. Of course, throws the shutout in the ballgame. Taking the loss, Daphne Utahada. Tough one for Daff there. She will give up the 7 runs. Only 6 of them earned, but not the way that the Galveston College prospect wanted it to end. But a lot for this team to be proud of and to be thankful for, Ron. And, of course, the seniors on this squad, 5 of them going to be going on to play at the next level. And so that's a very good thing for them.
Absolutely it is. And, you know, they showed heart and determination after going into the losing bracket. You know, they could have easily just go ahead and said, you know what, we're not going to be as good as we thought we were going to be. But instead, they played hard. They played tough. They got that 1-run win against Aztec. They also got the 1-run win against Artesia as well. So definitely they have proved themselves. They just could not get past the Silver squad. Again, that's the reason why they're number 1. They've only lost 4 games this season, and now it's going to be Silver. But consolation prize, not bad for this Lovington squad.
Yeah, you still get the trophy, and you still made some memories. Of course, the seniors on this squad, Paisha Gonzalez, Honey Morales, who will be moving on to play in college. Sabri Sanchez, also college-bound. Jocelyn Olguin be playing for USW. She'll be staying close to home. Daphne Utahada, also going to be college softball-bound there at Galveston College. You've got Yaya Garcia, senior. Wish her best of luck. Z-Rod, of course, she'll be playing in college too. And that's the seniors, but a lot of younger players going to be coming up with an opportunity to, to contribute as the Lovington Lady Cats with a strong program and have done a lot of good things. So with that, my friends, we will put a wrap on the 2025 Lee County sports season, 2024-2025 sports season. Of course, all started way back with football and volleyball. So for all the crews and all the folks who have helped us out this season, our hats off to you. Today's game was brought to you by Bob's Thriftway, DNC Electric, Eunice Pump and Supply, Lasco Construction, IPS Incorporated, Norley Hospital District, Lovington Schools, Stone Oilfield Services, Lee County Electric Cooperative, R360, New Mexico Junior College, and Lovington Auto Supply Napa. For Tiff and Evie Stuber, keeping an eye and an ear on things back at One Radio Square. For Ron Gunter, for Dawn Morgan, who unfortunately couldn't be with us this afternoon, I'm TJ Miracle saying so long from UNM. This has been an exclusive presentation of Noalmark Broadcasting and One Radio Square Sports. Have a great weekend, everybody.